Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fourth installation of the adventures of Begariel, the grey Elven Wizard, hopefully destined to great things. Yeah, that, and ascension to the higher plane of existence as the avatar of order. We start off by beating up a bunch of outlaws who don't know their place. You can easily melee them and eat their corpse to send a message. We are strained now, so we should probably toss some stuff. Alright, so in short, actually we're going to read some books today. So, in short, while I'm reading the books, but today we're going to try to reach Dwarf Town. This episode is likely to be a bit shorter. My hope is that everything goes smoothly. On the way we'll pick up some good lizards, cooked lizards to eat. But other than that, this time... Oops, no, I read the wrong. I didn't mean to read the import fireball. I kind of wanted to save that one. No alignment. This we done. Suppose we can read more Cure Series wounds. You know, it's good to have a Cure spellbook available. It's rarely you use enough to actually have to book cast it. Okay, so it looks like we can't escape anything today. It's probably not even worth spending time on taking these mobs here. Did I get doomed or something? Oh, does Bandit Corpse do that? I hope not. Maybe it does. Oh, it totally did. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, you'll be delighted to know that we won't be reaching oh god. Why did I do this? Or maybe I didn't. I thought I did, but it's all good now. Alright, so actually we might reach there. I was starting to think eating humanoids would do that, but that would be stupid. Alright, so Dwarf Town, as you know, is a hub for as you might or might not know, it's a hub of a lot of questing. It's a really central location in the mid game of ADOM. We basically want to see what's in the store and get started with the quests. Hopefully we can complete some quests before heading over to the pyramid. I think we're definitely strong enough to take that place on already, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Actually, it might have made sense to go there now and do this later. For melee characters, I like to do the dwarf quest until I get the Wand of Fire, because that's basically a free win against the boss there. It's like a guaranteed victory. As mummies are very vulnerable to fires, but born in fire. The minions on the lower levels here are rather weak. Also, one of the great things about Dwarf Town is that they have a neutral altar. I think we want to sacrifice enough stuff to get to be able to bless water, even though we'll be losing that fight later when we're actually changing alignments. But I think having blessed identify scrolls and stuff for uncursing is definitely worth it throughout the game. Actually, yeah, we're gonna scout all these levels through. Not sure if you noticed, but this is D2. Basically, from the first level of Caverns of Chaos, you usually find 2 stairs down. It's basically just 2 alternative routes. No copper corpse. Also, you should be careful when eating corpses dropped by random monsters. And I don't mean this in the way that you should be careful of eating a kobold corpse when you kill a kobold. More than once I've managed to get really sick by eating a kobold corpse that was dropped by something else. Like a, I don't know, rattling, no, not rattling thief, like a raider or whatever carrying a kobold corpse. Always read what you're about to eat. Much like in real world, ADOM has a very good annotation system for nutritious values of corpses. I believe we should be reaching the arena soon. If you don't know what that is, it's a place where you... one of the common places to... oh yes, this is great. Strength of Atlas. And there's also a shop on this level. This is great. Let's hope it's a spellbook shop. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have done that. 600 cast is hardly enough for the whole game. Yes, so Strength of Atlas. Alright, so she didn't do anything else. Strength of Atlas basically gives us infinite carrying capacity. In some limits, you can stack it, so casting it multiple times means that it'll stay on longer. And there again, our blanket. These stairs up will take us to the other alternative route to this dungeon. We don't need to go there now. We'll be leaving this dungeon multiple times throughout the game. Like here, rat corpse, sneaky. Alright, turn off auto pickup there. So for mimics, I think this should be quite safe. Alright, so I would say we have 5k. I'm going to buy identify scrolls, a bunch of them. I personally just really love knowing what's uncursing. Amazing. Another uncursing. Identify. I don't have any items to boost yet. Monster detection. Not worth buying, I think, but that can actually be really good when doing some stuff like vaults. You can check which vault and where it is, and you know, greater undead vaults are super dangerous throughout the game. Anyone who has ever died got one shot by an Emperor literally know what I mean. Then we can illuminate this place. That's a big room. Rust monster. I don't like this. I don't have a lot of stuff that can actually rust. But alright, this is a great position to use magic missile with bounces. You should always calculate your bounces though. Don't be that guy who kills himself with a bounce. Don't be that guy. I mean, you will obviously at some point be the guy. Just try not to. Orc, you hear a steady crowd, so we are in the arena level. Which means this is where we'll buy our food. This is the last place where food is a problem. Or like the end of food oh. No, thank you. Let's kill this first. Melon. Alright, so arena. Alright, here's a good. Alright, fat worms. We don't wanna eat them. We are elves. We are proud folks. Cooked lizard. Yes, I would like to buy everything you got, sir. Also, here's a good idea to name it the lizard ones, so they'll have the star on them. There's usually 2 to 3 of them. Cooked roach not so good. Some races can actually eat other stuff too. I think fried bats are okay. Fat worms, no. Fried bat. But they're not so high in nutritious value. Basically the cooked lizard, that's 3 of them is basically take you to a really good satiation state, which you want generally. Wow, I've never had so many Dark Sage corpses drop in one game. Like playing Barbarian, that never happened. Like, literally never. Also, it should be noted that it was actually quite dangerous to, or more or less dangerous to engage the werewolf in melee there, because the rattling traders, if they die, they don't respawn, which means you might actually lose. You might actually lose your great food source. We are on dungeon level 5, I believe. Oh, nice. So actually, maybe this is the place to do the party change. Oh, because we can actually sacrifice live creatures. So oh, there are ants. Ants would be really annoying in early game, but here, what's that mean? 14. One thing you should look out for is that you don't level up too high, so you can still go to the pyramid. And one of the best items, I think, in the game is actually found there, the Ankh, which I've ended up wearing more than once throughout this game, basically. Aside from a few places where... Oh hello, you can stay there. It grants luck and all sorts of stuff. Fate Smile. Having Fate Smile on You is good basically because we're actually going to raise our piety here. Take a... oh shit. Right, fire. We can sacrifice stuff here. Very pleased. I think what was the water blessing limit? Ants are probably neutral. Animals tend to be, so don't try to sacrifice those. Alright, so I think very pleased is already enough for blessing stuff. Let's drop some water there. Indeed. Actually, we'll drop all items with unknown status without asking. Then we pick it all up. So what this does is you'll see the statuses of all your items. It's really handy trick to know. Also, you should never stand and do that on a chaotic altar unless you like block all the doors and stuff. Because actually, monsters can sacrifice you. You can lose any level character with that. So I mean. You'll know when that happens in an elemental temple. That's when you basically want to throw your computer away and quit life. So we have blessed water. We can actually. This guy takes forever, even though they're not very dangerous. We also have scrolls of. Uncursing. We don't have that many cursed items, I believe. We have some. Amulet of Greed. Okay, so what we want to do here, I think, we'll dip all the 9 identify scrolls in a potion of holy water. I believe 9 is the maximum as well. Then we read 1 identify scroll, so we know what everything is. I think we have enough, so we'll also dip the uncursed gauntlets that have been pestering us. A good one now. We'll exchange them to... I don't remember, I feel like Red Dragonhide gauntlets give some sort of fire resistance that might even be worth it, despite the -2 to hit. I think we'll be using those. And now we actually have the nice option to take off the ring, or the rings that are pretty much crap, and change them into something that's actually really good. I think Ring of Ice is definitely one of the better items in the game, especially for Tower of Eternal Flames. Might be useful for this point, but I think that we'll be using mental stability to get our learning up a little bit, and the speed ring. Speed is always good. I mean, that's probably goes without saying, but it's still good to specifically note. Blessed items also have a tendency to not break so easily, which is really important, especially later on in the game when there are a lot of acid attacks and stuff. You really want to protect your gear. Okay, we're actually defensive. Frost Bolt. Can stay on defensive and just keep nuking away. I think we should start leveling the magic missile up. I haven't been neglecting that, and that's, I think, if not the most important, one of the most important spells in the game. Definitely at least one of the best ones for general cleansing activities. Lightning bolt. Also, the range on magic missile is now 9, which means that you shouldn't be shooting it near the walls. You can really easily get zapped yourself. Especially once you have it leveled up, you can kill you even with a couple of bounces. I think our to say it again. Here, our herbalism is quite high. There's a big clearing level that it's probably worth farming. I mean, like definitely, but it's hard to clear. For that, this early on, you feel enlightened. I think I got some learning from that. Yes, I believe so. The item I have only gives 1 and I had 17, which suggests I should also check what we have here. Increased melee damage, charging and cursing life balance, burning, identify. Nothing specifically. Potential toughness, that one we want to. We want to keep our potentials high. I believe our toughness potential, well, we're not there yet. Potential charisma, that's pretty useless, but we can just bring that. Potential willpower. Wondering if that would even be worth blessing, because high willpower means your spells are better with higher range. It's quite important. Spellbook of Knock. I guess I would say that so far not much interesting stuff has happened, which is kinda expected. This part is quite uneventful. We found some good stuff though. Strength of Atlas still running from when I cast it before. It's also worth noting that you can actually die if you carry too much loot and your strength wanes. So it's a good idea to keep it up or keep your loot numbers low enough so you won't die. Alright, here we are. We're gonna be using magic missile here because we don't wanna be burning the herbs. Water Spider Assault Unit. Oh, righty then. It's not particularly menacing. I feel like there's some sort of inside joke related to that, but I do not know what it is. It's the first time I run into this. It's the minions or monsters here actually tread on your dreams, so killing them is a good idea. They will destroy the herbs. Oops, that's stupid. Copper amulet. So we are basically at this point. Oh, fire lizard corpse. That gives us fire resistance. That is amazing. That's one of the best ones early game. Mainly because there's a lot of fire going on. But also later on. It's usually one of the resistances you also get early. Actually, let's check what that shield was. Small shield 36. That one is another adamantium shield. We can actually take it with us. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so you need to know about bees is that bees are actually finding a beehive is guaranteed later on in the game. There's this thing called the Banshee, which basically kills everything with her wail, assuming you can hear it. Writing said that is really good for us. And to combat this, we got lumps of bee wax. Chili Royale is also very good nutrition value food. Alright, so I should have used knock. It's a good example of what happens when you don't. I lost some gear here, only my boots though. And missile weapon sling. I wasn't using that anymore anyway. Shoo. Okay, we can eat some goblins. Potion of water. Lechery, not important for us. But we got bless. This one we don't have bless. Let's bless ourselves. Bless you, son. Bless you. And we're gonna knock this down because those are typically booby trap. Even it was a tension room. Strength of Atlas, there we go. King of Clear Mind can be useful at times. We're actually going to scout through this. Oh, we're bloated. Never mind. Scout through this level. Why was this broadsword on a trap? Is this a special broadsword? I feel like I wanna try it. We have basically adamantium broadsword. Is it cursed? No. That is lovely. Compared to our previous adamantium scimitar, this is actually worse. So, expectancy wise, I think yes, adamantium scimitar has the highest damage output, so we're going to continue using that. Alright, and we can see this item is Psy. That's a strange item, literally. What it does is it multiplies itself. It has no further use in the game, aside from being a crappy throwing weapon or a source of money, or for some even a source of sacrificable item on the altar. Actually, if you happen to be beautiful, like this elf here, I think you can get the reasonable prices in the shops for this. For this item, so if you're short for money, you can farm it. I usually tend to, for most classes, tend to drop it at some point, just because it really quickly starts to get on your carrying capacity. But with Strength of Atlas I could probably carry it through the whole game. And oh, a new sling. It's a really crappy sling. We'll take it. Alright, so this was this level. We're actually at D8 now. That's almost Dwarf Town. If I recall, it's around 10, level 10 in Caverns of Chaos, which is where we are now. So I think it might actually always be level 10. As I say that it's probably going to be like 11. Either way. We are soon at the end of this episode, which is next time. Oh, I'll speak about that after dispatching these vile wizards. As you can notice, our strength of ADOM is actually big, so we're overburdened. That was a huge oversight on my part, but then again we're not carrying enough to actually die from that, so this much is fine. Lordy, lordy, lordy. It's quite an annoying little message. Good easy XP. Exhaust yourself. We managed to use our whole mana pool doing that. Curious. Now we can actually make this guy a bit more aggressive stance. Scimitar looks good. At this point we wanna be carrying almost everything. Let's take these pigs because if we want to buy those later, that will cost a pretty penny. The normal scale man. Yeah, that's not a dragon scale man. Guess we could upgrade our Mithril ring now. I doubt it's much better though. Cure light wounds, square key. Long sword for it, I believe that's a standard long sword. I have been wrong before, but light gloves. I'm not sure what those are. Okay, we're gonna check the rest of the level quickly. Descending to Dwarf Town. In Dwarf Town we will look what we have in the shop, and then we'll call it in. So if there's something really amazing there, we might devise a plan to even rob the store. Probably not though. We'll be filthy rich soon anyway. Dwarf Town, the Dwarven city. So what you should know about this place is that this is the home of a lot of dwarves, especially the ancient dwarf, whose purpose is basically to give you quests. So far I don't see anything that's blowing my mind. Adamantium halberd, light anvil. It's mostly shite. Mithril battle axe. Yeah. We actually don't want anything from here. We will sell some stuff here for sure. I will actually get to that in the next episode. So here's the altar. in case we need to drop everything with unknown status and pick it up. Also, we want to be dropping our waters, which I believe we might have collected. No, we don't have any new water potions. That is fine. Here's the ancient dwarf. You can talk to him about different stuff in the game. The most useful is quest. So he gave me a quest now, and to see, he wants us to kill a stone statue. Usually these monsters are found within 2 levels of this level, like plus minus, but sometimes it does take a bit longer. I just realized that I didn't return the key drugs quest to Tyranio for the wand that I get. I can do that after the pyramid. That's fine. You can also talk to him about the portal. I don't know if talking to him about it now has any downside per se. I think we're gonna do it, and yes, we want to venture beyond the portal. In practice, you would see the portal lower on in the Caverns of Chaos, but we can basically do the quest before even going that far down. I think it's a bit of a helper there, but it doesn't really matter either way. This little room here has a mystic inside who will give neutral and local characters some items, such as Ring of Ice, should they not have it. There's the gladiator. You can basically train some weapon skills with him with the quest later on. And here you can train stats. We want to train learning. Let's give him $1,000 and hope that our learning score starts to go up. There's also a blacksmith here who will teach you smithing if you want to, but he actually is kind of pricey teacher. I think it costs like 50 grand or something ridiculous like that. Alright, so we're gonna be stopping this episode here. Next time I think we might check for the couple of levels for the stone statue if we happen to find one. However, I think that the goal will be to go to the pyramid. We're already level 14, I believe. Yeah, not close to 15, but we are definitely strong enough to take on anything there. For obvious reasons, we are wizards with quite good gear, adamantium stuff, really good ring mail, lots of spells. Alright, until next time, cheerio.